Hi! Would you like to learn how to make a baby mermaid like this one? Look how cute and adorable she is swimming around. That's what this video is all about. Are you ready to learn? Let's get started. Okay, so first find a baby doll that you would like to convert into a mermaid. It doesn't have to be one just like this one. This just happens to be the one I have and I like, and I think she would be very cute as a mermaid. Next, take an old t-shirt or some stretchy fabric that you might have, and we're going to cut a piece of the fabric to wrap around the doll. Now this fabric is what's going to make the tail shape for the mermaid. I'm going to use some pins to tighten the fabric around the legs of the doll. I also have a drawing of a mermaid tail, and I'm going to make a cutout in order to have the right shape when I cut. Trace the tail into the fabric. And then cut all the excess fabric. So here's the initial rough shape of the tail. Now I'm going to trace an outline of the tail for the entire fabric. And I'm going to sew alongside that outline. Stop right before the tail because we do not want to sew the tail. And cut all around it. Cut the exact shape of the tail and cut on the outside of the stitching that you just sewed. Turn it inside out, and you should have a really tight mermaid tail that will fit the doll as it is. I'm going to put some packing tape around the waist of the doll because the next step is going to be a bit messy, and you might also want to protect your table. So here we go. The next step is to use some mold builder. This is a liquid latex rubber, and it's going to help seal the fabric as well as give it some tightness. We're going to brush it all over the fabric, and you might have to stop a few times and let it dry. And make sure you cover everything thoroughly. After it dries, you want to go back and do it again. You want to have a really nice tight base for the mermaid tail. When this mold builder dries, it'll turn a yellowish color and will feel just like rubber. On the tail itself, I'm going to use a couple extra coats. Give it a thicker layer of the mold builder. And here it is, dried from the first coat, and I have to do the inside of the tail, and at the same time I'll start working on a second coat for everywhere else. And don't be afraid to apply thick layers of the mold builder. None of this is going to be visible once we're done. This is just a base for the mermaid tail. And now comes the fun step. I have 2 kits of Gelapeel, and that's because I want different colors of the Gelapeel. And I'm going to start with a pearly mint green, and I'm going to line the tail with this color. It looks just beautiful. Make sure you cover everything. We don't want to see any of the base. Cover the first side and then wait until it dries, and then you go back and do the other side and fill in any gaps. once it's all done, let it dry again, and then it's time to go back with a darker green shade or whatever color you want. You don't have to use the same colors I used. And just do some quick outlining and dashes through the tail. This will give it some dimension. And the next step is to work on the scales for the mermaid, and this will be time consuming. Just take a darker green color and start dotting little dots all around. You might have to stop and let it dry and then continue, because the more you do without drying, the more chances you run of smudging it. I also want to give it like an extra dimensional look, so I'm going to add some purple here and there. Just take your time and dot all the scales one by one. See, my purple scales are looking too much like a pattern, so I'm going to go in and mix it up a little bit and add some more random ones. I think I like that a whole lot better. Stop with about 1/4 inch of fabric all around, and now it's time to remove that tape. You don't have to take it all the way down, but just cut all around the waist. And I'm going to take some of that light mint green Gelapeel, and I'm going to start outlining the waist of the mermaid. We want to cover everything else. It might take 3 lines, it might take 2 lines. It all depends on your artwork. I think adding a little touch of gold will just make this mermaid lovely. There, she's got a beautiful gold belt. Maybe a little more extra embellishment, just like that. And time to let it dry again, and now I'm going to work on the top for the mermaid, and I'm using purple. I'm just laying out some lines to cover her top, and just random patterns will do, whatever you like. This is how I'm going to do mine. A strap going all the way to the back. And a little more touch of gold. And I'm going to put a little bow in the back. Just like that. And of course, another touch of gold. After it's dry, it's time to go and do the shoulder straps. There you go, nice and simple, and she's just about done. Oh, we have the little bow on her head. the blue doesn't match, so let's cover that in purple. Let it all dry out, and there you have it, a beautiful baby mermaid made with Gelapeel. How cool! She is just perfect. How about some swimming, little mermaid? And she's as happy as she can be, floating around, twisting and turning. Well guys, I hope you liked this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Leave us a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. Are you gonna try one yourself? We'll see you next time. Make it fun!